What's up, guys? Jar here, back with another video. And in this video, I'll be breaking down the exact ad creative that made my clothing brand over 100K. Yeah, let's get straight to it. So this is the ad in question. As you can see, we spent close to $100,000. So near six figures with this exact ad. And as you can see, cost per purchase $38, AOV, things of that nature. Purchase conversion value, almost 200K attributed to Meta, and then all the other soft metrics here. But this is basically the ad. Essentially, it was a dynamic creative test. So essentially, it had 10 different post IDs because I was testing a concept, basically showcasing the back quote of our hoodie. That was a standout piece and differentiator from our hoodie, using that stage 4 mark sophistication from Eugene Schwartz, just having a better hoodie than the market. And basically from there, as you can see in each of the variations, we're just showcasing the back quote, like I said. And that was the hypothesis that went into this ad creative and ad concept and ultimately led to these results. And yeah, I'll basically break down everything on that end. So this ad spent 100K because the messaging was very strong, right? So when people create ad creatives, and when I talk to a lot of my mentee clients, they tend to get caught up in the overall aesthetic or quality of the ad rather than the messaging, right? Because you can have a lo-fi, ugly ad per se, right? But it crushed compared to a high quality ad that you spend a lot of time, energy, and effort on, and that applies to videos as well. And the low quality ad just does better, and that's because the messaging is inherently better, most times than not, right? Because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, in the terms of the quality per se that drives the performance, but it's the overall messaging. And when you can really hone in on the specific messaging, then you can really start to see some real scale with your ads. So fashion is simple, like I always say. See it, like it, buy it. A lot of purchases are just simply impulse purchases, right? So when people are scrolling, you just got to inherently stop the scroll. And when people see your product and you present it in an appealing way and with the right messaging, then that just leads to conversions, right? So like I mentioned before, this is the product. Now I could have just slapped this, right? Ad creative, and threw it in the ad account, and essentially that's quote unquote the same concept, right? But the messaging isn't as hard or doesn't hit as much as something like this, where it's essentially the same thing, but this is on an actual model, right? And it's showcasing, even subtle clues like him flexing money, that corresponds with the overall back quote and things of that nature. And even this was actually a photo that I took. As you can see, no motion, just motion, and these are actually shipping labels. So I got a lot of engagement on that end as well. People thought I was holding napkins, things like that. But as you can see, it's overall aesthetic, something you will see like on Pinterest or just scrolling on your IG feed. You know what I mean? So overall messaging is very important that we hone in on. And like I said, this is like a good way not to do it and a good way to do it, right? So how do I create this winning ad? First, right, we want to use the scientific method, right? So first we're making an observation, then we're asking a question, and then we're posing a hypothesis, right? And then from there, we're just working down, the actual scientific method, and moving into our experimentation and then analysis, and then getting that conclusion. And a big part of this actual method, right, that a lot of people miss out on is the actual feedback loops and learning. So when people usually test ad creatives, they'll typically do some research, if they're good, right? A lot of people just actually throw stuff at the wall, but typically you do some research and then they launch ads in the ad account and they don't do well, or they do well and they kill or scale based off that, but they're missing this portion, which is the analysis portion, where you're really getting those feedback loops and those learnings. This is very important. So as you can see here, this is kind of an example of some ads and ad concepts that I launched. And as you can see, I'm marking all the learning. So the winners, losers, the results, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm using that context and that new learnings to further, improve my new batch of creatives, right? And to further improve my overall ad hit rate. But basically with each of these steps in the process, I'm essentially just crafting out a Google Doc. I'll show you here an example. So this one was an ad creative concept that I created. As you can see, the hypothesis here. A lot of girls want cute, coordinated couple pics and date night fits, but their boyfriends don't They don't like cheesy his and her stuff. They don't like basic hoodies. If Angelic shows clean streetwear coded hoodies that look good on both of them, plus fast shipping and social proof, it becomes the go-to answer for I want us to match but still look good, essentially, right? And then basically we're breaking down the persona, the overall ad angle, and then we're moving into our actual, marketing fundamentals using Eugene Schwartz principles from market awareness to market sophistication and desires. So desire to have a cozy matching look that he'll actually wear. So basically just having a good couple, outfit, and hitting on the overall messaging, right? Then market awareness, problem aware, no good couple fits, things like that. Market sophistication, stage 4 to 5. And then basically just have our different awareness levels. So this is going to actually help us with our scripting if we were doing like a video script. But for this, I wanted to do some visual concepts in terms of static images. But if I were to do an actual script, it would look something like this, with the hook and then with the actual, script here. And basically from the script, we're just using the awareness ladder, working our way down. So this is a problem aware ad, like we said. So basically we will start from problem aware, and then we're going to be moving down to solution aware, then product aware, then most aware. I talked about this in one of my prior videos more in depth. But basically we're just crafting, this overall high intent, ad concept. And basically from there, right, we're marking our learnings and then documenting here. And then, we're just kind of repeating that. And this is kind of the output that we got with this, right? As you can see, we got different visual concepts, especially with Andromeda, right? I could have took bigger swings in terms of the actual personas that we're going after in terms of different looks, and different ethnicities and whatnot. But these were just some of the unique concepts, kind of in the same persona. But moving on, right, rather than throwing, essentially shit at the wall, we're just doing, like I said prior. And then now we have the plan, right? So question or observation, question, hypothesis. Right now, when it actually comes to experimentation, this is where experimentation and execution, this is where a lot of people get stuck. So the old way, right, was to, okay, you have this hypothesis, right? You have this document, right, crafted out. And the old way was basically you would either pay an influencer, right, or you would pay a photographer or pay somebody in general to get this content, right, and to shoot and film this content. And it usually has a long turnaround time. You have to deal with a lot of people and a lot of middlemen and a lot of, there's just a lot more that goes into it, right? So you're looking at around 1 to 2 weeks or 2 to 4 weeks in terms of actual timeline to get that content back, right? But the new way, right, is essentially, it's very low cost. You're really only paying for the AI tools, and basically you're just going to utilize, these image generation or video generation tools, whether that be Sora, whether that be Kling, whether that be, Nano Banana, things like that. So I'll show you guys kind of my workflow. But before we delve into that, right, using the AI, I kind of want to give a little test here and see if you guys can spot which photos are actually AI. So we'll just go one by one down the line. So this is one photo here. All right, let's see. This is actually not AI, right? So not AI, not AI. This photo here, not AI as well. This photo here, not AI. See how you guys are doing. This photo here, not AI. This photo here, this is actually AI. Let me use a different color. This is actually AI. This photo here, not AI. Mark that. This photo here, not AI. This photo here, this is actually AI. Let me use this color. This photo here, this is also AI. And then this final photo here, this is also AI. So depending on like how you guys got that, you can just kind of see like how good AI has gotten in the recent months. The overall progression, especially with Nano Banana Pro, that's what I've been using. Basically, I'll kind of show you guys my workflow. So I use higgsfield. So basically higgsfield, it has like essentially all of the AI tools consolidated into one platform. So you have for image gen, you have Nano Banana Pro, you have Nano Banana, Seed Dream, ChatGPT. As you can see here, just a bunch of different image models right here. And then for video, you got the standard, like you got Kling, you got Grok's new AI, you got Sora, you got Google VL. seed dance, things like that, right? So you have a lot of options to play with, and they have a lot of actual templates that I can show you as well. I'm not sponsored, but this is a tool that I recommend and teach to all my mentee clients on, because it just provides a lot of value. But yeah, I'll kind of show you guys my workflow. So as you can see here, I'm just basically pulling, you know, images that I already have right on file in my content folder. So I'm essentially just trying to replicate this variation of a winning ad, right? So just using that, right? Because that was the highest spending static. Basically just putting that in there, right? And then you can do a lot of playing around with the prompt. This is a photo from my website. And then basically I just said, using this hoodie, create me an aesthetic native Gen Z candid Instagram/Pinterest photo, like reference image number 1 and 3, showing the back of the hoodie like the first image, but a different concept. Photo looks like it was taken with the iPhone. This photo should showcase the messaging of the back quote. And as you can see, we get a lot of different variations here. You can further just like fine tune and tweak to get to the overall desired liking. But as you can see, like this is just a very rough draft, but these are pretty good starting base points. You know what I mean? And then you can really create some cool looking ad creatives and really have a high output of volume to feed the machine in 2026. But that's essentially how I'm, creating ads now. I'm still working with a lot of, content creators and things of that nature and influencers to get actual real UGC content, but specifically for statics and even like simple, UGC videos, you can get some good quality content with AI to overall help you push quality creators into the ad account. But yeah, that's basically the exact ad creative that made my clothing brand 100K, and how I plan to make more winning ad creatives with this overall process. If you want to work with me one-on-one, you can apply in the link down below. But until then, I'll see y'all in the next video.